I would like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to King Dolphin TV, episode 230. I am Raymond, the author of the Dolphin Wars trilogy and ruler of the greatest, most fantastic pod on YouTube. Hail to their pod. Tonight, I'm going to continue the review of the greatest comic book ever done, Fantastic Four Issue 1. Before we get started, if you love these interviews, if you love these reviews, if you enjoy the fun that we have here, please like and subscribe. And if you feel so inclined and want to help the channel, please put some ducats out on the tip stream. We've got PodCon coming up, and this is going to help out big time to get things going, because I want PodCon to really be successful. So please put some ducats out there, and okay, what is going on here? There it goes. Little technical shenanigans. All right, and then wait for the penny. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, message. All right, there we go. Okay. Put some ducats out there, but then Snorty's going to get a light snack. Of course. It's all about the snort. Who says, rawr? Okay, so we started this last week, or a couple weeks ago. Actually, no, it was last week. We were at the subtle insistence of Legatus Legionae, the first one in, the last one out. I decided to do he wanted to hear a story, and I figured it's time for another book review, and I brought up Fantastic Four. And this actually is coming from the DVD collector's edition, 44 years of the Fantastic Four. Let me show you what the cover looks like. There it is. Let's see how much I paid for it. 44. It has every issue up to 2004. And over 550 and all annual editions. And then on the back, it's got a fantastic, so to speak, picture of the four by George Perez. Rest in peace. All right. So that's what we got going tonight. And yes, they were fantastic and not spastastic. Oh, yeah. So let me welcome everybody who is here right now and introduce a new compatriot to the pod. Hello, Penny. She said, popped in before heading to church. Okay. Well, welcome, Penny. Glad you can be here. And Legata says exactly. And let's see. We've got the amazing ranchers who are here. We've got and here is I know I know this microphone is really sensitive. Um, John Rendo, we got John Rendo here. We've got John Rendo here. Hello, John. How you doing, Fez? Let's see, and we got Cobalt Bald Eagle. Hello, Mr. Bald Eagle. He says, lurking, doing tree work. John Randall says, hello. Let's see. Hello, all you fine folks in polar bears. And Cobalt is lurking, doing tree work. For occasionally hear Sandra in the background. Well, that's the problem with this microphone, as sensitive of it is. So, okay, so that is everybody who is here right now. And Cobalt, say hello to Pudgy for me. It's good to see you. All right, so, okay. So, now that I've said hello, and our amazing producer who had a phone call. And she was here. She was on the phone, and now she is here. So say hello to Sandra. So Sandra, John, Legatus, Legion I, Cobalt, Penny. All right, and then finally, we cannot have a show without our bear. Oh, do we have a Snoopy sighting? Do we have a Snoopy sighting? Oh yes, Snoopy's on the couch. Hail, Snoopy! Say hello to the chat, Snoopy. I guess not. Well, but now we can welcome the most amazing, the baddest, the hardest working bear on the internet. Snortopoopas! Q bar. Dot screen. Let's do it. Let's get fantastic. It's clobbering time. Oh, and introducing Snoop is thinking, shut up, I'm napping. Snoop is saying he's partnering, dogging things, or he's judging us. I'm scared now. I'm not scared of him. He's a March muffin. But I got something. I got to introduce the latest character, homemade by Sandra for King Dolphin. We got Prince Dolphin. There he is. Let's do it. Dot Luke. I like that, John. Snort says, "Oh, what a cutie!" And Snorta Poopa says, "Dot splash." Ooh, I like Dot splash. Dot swim. Oh boy, we've got something to ponder here. Hello, Pudgy Hedgehog Adventures. How is the official hedgehog of King Dolphin TV? What do you think of Prince Dolphin? Alrighty. He says, "Yay!" Yeah, and check out the latest story on Pudgy, Chapter 1 of Eldritch Protocol. Okay. Logged in. Pudgy. Pudgy is logged in. Hello, Dalek. 451. Yes, there's Snoopy. Hello, Dalek. And you got to check out. This was homemade from Sandra. And I want you guys to check it out. It was a fluke, yes. Snoopy, you cutie. Yes, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. And then Prince Dolphin. All right. So, as I said, we will review. We started last time talking about Fantastic Four issue number 1. I do want to give the warning onto YouTube, even though we didn't get copyright struck, that this is for fair use only for entertainment value. This is copyrighted by Marvel Comics. I am just using it as review and entertainment. So here we go. We left off. Right here, let me show you the cover. To remind you what we'll be reviewing. Okay. There's issue 1 of the cover. Here's the cover of issue 1 of the Fantastic Four. Wow, look at that price. 10 cents. You can ride the subway with it? Well, no. Wow, 10 cents. That there, not so much anymore. So, hello, Matt G, alias Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, Star Wars, and MCU. Just ask the Kansas City Chiefs. Let's do. Okay, so where we left off was Dalek. We actually did it during the Lenrod show. I started it, and then when he came on, I stopped it. But since you did miss it, why don't we start, if unless there are any objections, because I don't think everybody has been here for that, let us start at the beginning. Okay. All right. So there is the cover. I thought that Jack Kirby, and Stan Lee did this. You sure? Okay. All right. Then we will move on. Okay. So where we left off. Okay. We left off at where they just crashed from the spaceship, and they found out about their powers. Reed has the ability to stretch. Sue can turn invisible. Ben is a strong pile of rocks, and Johnny can turn into flames. Reed decided at that time that they have these amazing powers, and so they decided to use them to help out mankind. Johnny becomes the Human Torch. Stu becomes the Invisible Girl. Ben is now the Thing, and Reed becomes Mr. Fantastic. So that is where we left off. So Reed called the other three to investigate something, and thus the Fantastic Four meets the Mole Man. Look at these ads on the right side. Amazing miniature radio for $4.98. Wow. So Reed has pictures to show the team, and they see a hole in a nuclear plant in the Iron Curtain, and then others occurred at the same time. One in Australia, one in South America. Reed sees that there's a cave-in that's about to occur, and this is in French Africa. And another earthquake appears, almost killing somebody, and then it destroys the installation, and then you see a monster. You see a monster coming out who destroys artillery and tanks and stuff. And then a man comes out who commands the monster, and it says, "For even such a monster needs its master, a master known as the Mole Man." Dun, dun, dun. So now back to the four. They're looking at they see the seismos, the instrument. According to this, it's a super sensitive radar scope. It actually looks like a seismoscope to me. It happened they detected the earthquake, and so they indicated that there's a monster, that there's an island in between the locations called Monster Isle. Sounds like the Japanese movies. Ben is not sure. Ben thinks it's a fake. They go into their private jets with a 4 on the side, right and they go to Monster Isle. And Ben is being Ben, grumping all over the place, and they see a bunch of eyes, and then they see a 3-headed creature come out. So Sue turns invisible, kind of shocking the person, and Reed turns into a human lasso and tossed the creature out into the water. I love his hat, man. You could tell they were still trying to figure out their shtick. And I love the melodramatics. There's just enough time for me to become Mr. Fantastic again. I'll make a huge lasso out of my arms. And got him. Oh, man. And then a cave-in takes Johnny and Reed down a cave. And Reed turns himself into a parachute, and it takes Johnny down safely. They get to the bottom of the pit, and just as Johnny finds a trapdoor, they're blinded by a light that knocks them out. Then they're in some really goofy suits that supposedly protect their eyes from the glow. And they ask what's going on, why they can't see, and they're in the Valley of Diamonds. And the Mole Man introduces himself. Okay, any comments so far? Okay. Hello, the Ginger Menace. Welcome to the review. Okay. Thank you. Legatus. And in the beginning, there was darkness, then God created light. No, wait, not that far back. John Randall, 3-headed creature reminds me of my 6th grade math teacher. The Grit newspaper. Now, this is old. Well, yeah, this is 1961. Okay. Reward, $2,000 for this coin. A 1804 silver dollar. 19,000 minted, 12 accounted for. Where are the rest? Cool. Let's go on a search. Okay. Now we go to the other two. Sue is looking to try and find Reed and Johnny, and then a monster comes out of nowhere. But then the Thing sees the creature, and he goes and takes on the creature and beats him handily, dumps him into the water. And Ben says, "I'm the Thing, ain't I?" And Ben is still pretty bitter. Let's go and find that skinny loudmouth boyfriend of yours. And Sue says, "If only you could stop hating Reed for what happened to you." So they're down. Reed and Johnny are down in the mole man's throne room, and the typical story about a rather plain person um, and hating the surface world, as in people won't go out with him. He can't be hired because they're scared away. And then the basic, just are you wearing a mask? So he went out on his own, went to nowhere. He went to Monster Island, and he went into the so-called center of the earth. He fell, and he fell, and he lost most of his sight with the impact. At that time, and then he started ruling, taking over the creatures and ruling them. And then he shows Reed that he can fight. He has the ability to sense things in the dark, and he fights Reed and beats Reed with a natural radar sense. So now he, as every bad guy, he's going to reveal the master plan. He wants to wreck every atomic plant, every source of power, and then his mole creatures will go in and destroy everything in the surface. And now he's threatening to attack the creatures. He's going to have his creatures take out Reed and Johnny, but then the cavalry come down, Ben and Sue. The mole man gets the big green creature that we've seen before, and then Johnny burns his suit, heads on up, and the giant creature can't catch Johnny. Reed traps the mole man. And I love this. This is their first mission, moving like a well-oiled fighting machine. How long have they been training? So the creature brings out a bunch of stuff. The mole man brings out a bunch of other creatures, and so they're ready to take on the foursome. But then the torch melts a path for them to escape, and causes a rock slide. And they say, yep, the entrance is sealed forever. And of course, now they're wondering where the mole man is. And then he destroyed the island, sealing himself below. And they say, I just hope we've seen the last of him. And this is the start of greatness. Test your talent. $495 scholarship in commercial art. If you know 20 people, you can make at least 50, more likely 100 to 200 in your spare time. Man. Learn radio, television, electronics. Wow. Cool stuff. All right, so that is issue 1 of the Fantastic Four. Camera here. All right, I'm going to leave it to the chat. And what did you guys think? Somebody is selling one of those silver dollars on eBay for $950,000. Wow. Let's see. You can see me. Kicks the cloaking device. All right. So, what are your thoughts on the premiere issue of the Fantastic Four? John likes the whole package. This art, the story, the ads. Oh yeah, it definitely looks like Lee and Kirby got lightning in a bottle with that one. It was fantastic, so to speak. Yeah. Yeah. I, you know, you could tell they were still trying to figure things out. It was, Reed with a hunter's hat. Be very quiet. I'm hunting monsters. And Ben going from his Ben talking like an English professor at the very beginning to then going into his New York accent that we all know and love. So that was the first issue. And like I said, I've got this here. I think I could do more of these reviews, tell the stories if everybody wants that. Let's see. Legata says, like how back then each creature was painted in a different color so the reader could easily see them. Yes. Yeah. And famous last words. Hope we saw the last of them. Till the next time. Yeah. How many times do we actually see them, old man? Oh, you want Ginger Menace says, I love comic books. I even like the manga. My son made me watch the show of Cowboy Bebop. More, please. Was it the cartoon or the remake? Ginger Menace. Snorta Poopa says, the glory days of decent comic. Well, looks like I have been called to do another one, and we have time, so let's go. Let me go to. This must have come out very late in the year because the way this is set up. Oh, good. That's the only way to see Cowboy Bebop in the anime version. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, 1961, they only had one issue of the Fantastic Four. Everything started in 1962. So, this is a good one. This is a good one. Okay. Number 2, issue number 2. The still 10 cents. How did Chainsaw Pudgy get up there? How did Chainsaw Pudgy get up there? I don't know. Yeah, got that taken care of. Even my son has good taste. Yep. Okay. So now we go into the Skrulls. The first appearance of the Skrulls. They taken a deadly oath to destroy the Fantastic Four. At this stage, they were not yet known as the first family at Marvel. They were more the first friends of Fantastic Foolery. Yep. They were merciless. They were inhuman. They had powers far greater than Earthmen. They were the Skrulls from outer space. But remember, at about this time, Marvel was doing all those monster comics. So this was their way of probably starting to get more mainstream and take on DC. Hail, Comic Relief Crusader. How you doing? How you doing there, buddy? Okay. So, yeah, a lot of their old stuff was whimsical, but they're trying to work out their kinks. Starter says, I'm thinking about a comic about some inept superhero wannabes, the Faulty Five. Well, you don't have to go far with modern Marvel. Okay, so here we go. The goddess says, I think that was known as the tick. Right. So let's go to the next one. All right. Notice they're still in civilian dress. The costumes have not come yet. You can get an insect collecting kit and a wrist radio, a la Dick Tracy. So, okay. So the Fantastic Four meets the Skrulls from outer space. So here's the thing, going to a Texas oil rig, and he swims. He goes and tears apart the posts, and it starts sinking. As the people abandon the rig, they see one of the rig people sees the thing and blames the thing for wrecking the tower. Then you've got Sue bringing out a valuable jewel, big and worth $10 million, and then she steals it. And no one can see her. And then you've got at a monument, you've got the Human Torch melting. A valuable monument. And then finally, you've got Mr. Fantastic's arm going and turning off the power to the city. So it's like, whoa, the Fantastic Four are evil. They're horrible criminals. Or are they? So they've they've these four characters, they actually did not use the powers of the Fantastic Four. They used scientific trickery. The thing, the fake thing used a bomb. The Invisible Girl shrank. Johnny used a jetpack and a bomb, a firebomb, and Reed just did his own the fake Reed did his own powers, and then they reveal themselves to be the Skrulls, and their job was to destroy the Fantastic Four by ruining their credibility. And their hovership is up. Their mothership is up, waiting for word of the attack. Of course, here are the news things, and you get this usual Fantastic Four declared enemies, and let's hunt them down. And usual, and of course, at a lodge, they hear the radio thing saying that they are the most dangerous menace. And Reed figures out that someone's impersonating us. But Sue says they don't have our powers. And Johnny's the cheerleader there, telling him that Reed will figure it out. Of course, Ben, Mr. Patient there, he's ready to take him on. And he's trying to be the Hulk, just going mad, getting angry and stuff like that. And Reed's trying to calm him down. And Ben saying, talk, and he wants to action. He wants action. And Reed says, tries to talk sense and patience into him. So Ben has a temper tantrum and leaves. And of course, Sue and Johnny say, they got to do something about Ben. But Reed blames himself. And then we get the flashback of their origin. So now they start working on trying to figure out how they get their reputation back. Oh, and here you can become an auto mechanic. A quick new way to get into auto mechanics. Cool. With a portable Viso and analyzer. What the heck is that? So, what is everybody think about what we've gotten so far? Let's see. Okay. Speaking of comics, I'm doing my Hungry Boy test now. Cool. Hello, my queen, Sandra. Wrist radio. Predictions of the future. Yes. Snort says he'd need 4 wrist radios. John says, fantastic fraud. No spoilers. No spoilers. Okay. Hello, FKHC 2005. How are you doing? Welcome all the way from New Zealand. No complaints here. I was wondering about auto mechanics too. Okay. Let us continue. Oh, you are? Okay. Okay. You just got a kangaroo there. And... All right. Okay, back we go. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Thing is still there. Thing is still. He must not have scrambled out. He's still there. So I thought he bailed. Okay, so the army is coming, and they surround the Fantastic Four, and Reed has them surrender, and they put him into special cells. Her suit becomes invisible, and this was before she was able to get her force fields, so she just turned invisible. And Johnny was in an asbestos room, but he found an air vent. And Ben is in a cell of thick steel, but Ben takes it on and just keeps beating on the same spot. And then Reed in a completely empty cell, but they didn't realize that he can stretch and look for something. Look for something. Loose rivet, tiny crack, anything. And then they take dinner to Sue. She just runs past them as she's invisible. And then Johnny goes into burst into flames, and because of that air vent. And then Ben bursts out saying he never gets tired. And Reed pops out of a loose rivet. So they steal a helicopter. This guy looks that the shock on his face saying, "Hey!" So they go into, evidently they have a bunch of secret hideouts. Not long afterward, at one of the Fantastic Four's many secret apartment hideouts. So Reed wants to set a trap. And Johnny says he's going to try and be the bait. And Ben is scoffing at that. And Ben and Johnny are getting ready to scrap. Reed tells him to calm down. So Johnny decides to take the bait and head to the new rocket to be tested. And Johnny bursts into flames, keeping Ben back And Reed is saying no fighting. And Ben is being Ben. And Ben is very, very bitter. So Johnny's going to attack the rocket. And as they're getting ready to blast off, he comes and melts a different platform, and they catch. They try and shoot down Johnny. He turns off his flame and sees the other. He gets picked up by Reed and Sue, fake Reed and Sue. And he says, if I didn't know better, I'd swear you were Sue and Reed. They go to the alien headquarters, and they figure out, took them long enough, figured out that he was the real Human Torch. So then they're going to get rid of him, and he shoots the flare gun. And there's the famous number 4. He uses his flame powers to hold off the remaining 3, and then the 4th alien comes in, and after a collision, it knocks out Johnny. Johnny can't flame on again. And then just as they're ready to eliminate Johnny, here comes Ben. And they're getting ready they're still thinking they can take out Johnny. There's the grid again. And then the remaining 2 come in. And Johnny says, oh, the cavalry's here. Sue knocks out the other one, and they took him out rather handily. And one of the Skrulls said, no wonder our leaders dare not invade Earth until the Fantastic Four are stopped. Reed wants to get more information. Ben's ready to beat it out of them. They restrain Ben, and Reed says, look, you either talk or the thing is going to get you. And they explain that they're Skrulls, they got an invasion fleet, but they wanted to make sure that the Fantastic Four were eliminated. So now Reed comes up with a brilliant idea. They pose as the aliens. So they board a spaceship, cleverly disguised as a water tower, and fly up to the spaceship. Reed then explains to them that the Fantastic Four can't be beaten, and shows them pictures of creatures that Reed is saying they are the greatest warriors on Earth, but he actually clipped the pictures from comic books, Strange Tales and Journey into Mystery. And the ultimate bluff. The ultimate bluff. Thousands of space mines, monstrous insects, and spooks the leader of the Skrulls, saying, "Let's get out of here." And and he tells them to change back, but Reed tells them that they have to stay behind, remove all evidence of the president's presence on Earth. So Reed gets an award because of their bravery. So they head back to Earth. And Ben is kind of worried because of the radiation. And strangely enough, he turns back to Ben from the thing to Ben. And they land. Cool. Oh, look at that pinup. I loved when they did these pinups of every one of them. The strongest man-like creature on the face of the earth. I could paralyze a 200-pound attacker by just one finger. Love these ads. And then they're captured by the police, and Reed tries to explain things, and then Ben, who is now Ben, ready to thinking he's still the thing, and he's human, but then he goes back to the thing. Sue is giving Ben hope that he could probably change back into human, and Reed says, "Let's go back to the apartment." Reed's trying to explain that it was aliens, and then the aliens pop out the door and clear the Fantastic Four, but the Fantastic Four handle them handily. Reed catches a bird, and then they explain that these three had taken the forms of the Fantastic Four and were trying to frame them, and the fourth one was heading back to the home camp. So Reed is over there saying, they still have to do something with the Skrulls, and that prison will not help them. So Reed comes up with a solution. Reed decides. Reed decides to hypnotize them, that they forget their previous identities, and they become cows. So they are turned to the cows. They graze happily, And they, for now, the menace of the skulls is over. The Thing, of course, is saying there's probably worse trouble ahead. And then we got more ads. The Daisy BB gun. All right. Oh, and spoiler, we will see those cows again. So there was the issue 2 of the Fantastic Four as they take on the Deadly Scrolls. Okay. Let's see what the chat's saying. Let's just say they better not get turned into burgers. Oh, okay. Chicky Nuggies from John Rendell. Nice how they didn't touch up the scans that they used to make this set. Seeing clean white pages, no yelling. Wait. Nice how they did not touch up on the scans they used to make this set. Seeing clean white pages, no yellowing would have been too much altering. Like, what else did they alter? True. Good point, Legatus. Legatus says, then is the diversion. While the attention is on the Thing, the rest can investigate. Shared? Ginger Menace says, I love this. Too cool. I always love the sound effects when they try to do bam, fleet. Loved it when I was a kid. Still do. Yeah. Yeah, an accordion ad. That was cool. I should have mentioned that. The accordion ad. Let's go back and take a look. These ads were cool. Special offer for readers of this magazine. New accordion. Save up to 1/2 of off retail prices of comparable accordions. Direct importer to you. Small down payment. Buy on easy terms. The world's largest accordion dealer. So you too can get an accordion. Bitter Benz, the rice that ain't nice. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Good would have foresaw the fight back of the Fantastic Four to these fraudulent foes. Oh, John. What's the bad guy's favorite band? Jethro Scroll. Oh. Oh, dear. Ginger Menace likes the cool picture of the Thing. No, they didn't. They never explained why Ben was temporarily able to change. Snort says, I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. The xenomorph? Ah, a drawing. Get it straight, Mary. Oh, cool. An idea just popped in my mind. Fantastic Four versus aliens. Ooh. Interesting. Comic Relief Crusader says moo. I know they did Batman versus Aliens and Superman versus Aliens. Not sure if Marvel did something similar. I don't think so. Moo-hoo? Well, thank you. Thank you, Mary. It's very nice to say. Ah, play YouTube on an accordion. The few facsimile editions I've seen, they restored the coloring and kept the original ads in them. The only real change was the cover price and the many versions of the covers. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's why I like this. It granted it's not the real comics, but but you have the old school feel. And John says, yes, I think Amazon still sells those accordions. And Snort says, oh boy, I can accompany Lenrod on the accordion. That would be cool. Hey, you know what, Snorty? Maybe I can maybe I should form an accordion polka band. Snorter Pupus's squeeze boxes. Oh, that's cool. maybe that's something we could do at PodCon. We know Lenron's bringing his instruments. And John says, I pay to see that snort, not to hear it, but see it. So Snorty and the Coal Miners Polka Band up here in PA. All right. Well, we've gotten 1.5 of these King Dolphin Fantastic Four reviews. Is this something you guys want to see on an ongoing basis? Because I've wanted to, as I've said earlier, I've wanted to do reviews of books and of comics. And since I do have this, we could probably keep doing this. Or if you if you want to go in issue order, we can do that. I think I'd like to do that, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Do you want to continue doing issue order? Maybe one show we can do 2 and see how that goes? Or do you want particular ones that you want reviewed? Let me know what you think, because I can do it one way. I can do it one way or the other. I like the chronological, a la Jill, a la Raquel, and Clobberin. So I think that's probably what I'll do, unless you guys want a particular one. Match FKHC says Raymond Feliciano All-Star Accordion Band. Yeah. Okay. John wants issue order and 1 or 2 at a time. Yeah. I mean, I have them. So we can go. This can be an ongoing thing. Yes, this is great. All right. Oh, Legatus likes it too. Legatus likes the idea too. Sandra on drums. Actually, I'm the drummer slash learning to do the bass. Sandra plays the piano, FKHC. Ginger Menace says, me too, John Snort. I'd like to see it. How do polar bears play accordion? Very carefully. That's very true. And don't you dare criticize a polar bear when he's trying to play the accordion. He may turn you into an accordion before eating you. So yeah, Snort will turn you into an accordion and then devour you. So, all right. Well, I hope you do well on your comic. I hope you do well on the comic on the Hungry Boy test. And Snort says, with our hind paws. Ooh. Very, very acrobatic. Okay. So, I think we're going to stop there. And we are going to go into show notes.
Shows with Mr. Ray. Shows with Sandra too. Mr. Raymond, push the button.
All right, we are at show notes. Hello, Phantom Outsider. He says, "Hail, chat. Wait, I thought polar bears are usually on unicycles when they play Lady of Spain. Thank you, Snort. My polar bear looks peculiarly like a brown mare." Okay. All right, we are at show notes. Okay. Next week, a week from tonight, we're going to have the return of Stark of Iron. Hopefully, the interview will go better than before because we had technical difficulties, plus it wasn't the greatest venue of all. So, or the greatest time. So, Stark of Iron will be coming next week on the 31st. You know him, you love him, you know him, you love him. He is the Hedgehog, beyond compare. Pudgy Hedgehog Adventure will join us on the 31st. Yay, Pudgy. On February 7th, Dancing Dog, Adam Past from Dancing Dog Artwork, will come in and show us some more of his animal wares. And on the 14th is one of our theme specials. It's going to be because it's Valentine's. Hold on. Let me double check my calendar here. Well, the 14th, we're going to do a ladies' night for Valentine's Day. If that doesn't work, we can always do it for a just cuz. So let's see what happens there. And then we will probably, in between then, we will be putting in another Fantastic Four review. And we will keep going there. Snorter Poopus says, take care, every human, dolphin, doggo, Dalek, eagle, hedgehog, and Pacific barrel-live fish. Oh, okay. And he forgot ferret. Ah, can't forget a ferret. Slapshot will get pouty. Okay, but which do bears like more, the unicycle or the roller skates? Also, do any bears like those bellboy caps? Ah, well, Snort will have to answer it. Okay, that is show notes.
Shows with Mr. Rain. Shows with Sandra Mr. Raymond, push the button.
All right, that was show notes. And Snorta Pooper says, Ginger Menace, that's okay. We support our little brown cousins. Oh, snort. We can't forget the furry slinkies. They get pissy. Oh, Snorty. I remember seeing the Russian Bears up at the Brome County Arena in the 80s in Binghamton. They were on bikes in treks. Yeah, of course, and you are a bear of many talents. You had to learn them somewhere. All right. Okay. Arena. Okay. So, wow, it is 18. There are 18 degrees here where I live. As long as you didn't see a bear fly over, that's fine. They fly now. Thank you, comic. Thank you very much. All right, let me start saying goodbye to everybody. I say about goodbye to anybody who was here, and even if they go back to lurking. Yep, the TU-35 bear. Yep. 20 degrees here. You guys got us beat. It's a heat wave. Snort learned by correspondence courses. Probably the same correspondence courses that you can get from the ads of the old style comic books, right, Snorty? So, okay. Snort sent some pictures here. Snort's leaving some parting pictures. He's not sure which one of these is scarier. This one? Aww. Okay, the snake makes it scary. Or it goes. Or this one. I think this one's scarier, Snort. We do fly. Ginger Menace laughed out loud. Snorting out the snoot. Look at it. Oh, that's cold. -10. Nice compared to the -42. John says, Taco Bell from hell. Ugh, yeah. Yo quiero Taco Bell. All right, so let me again. I love that commercial. Here, lizard. Where the Chihuahua was looking for Godzilla. All right, so let us say goodnight. We had Cobalt Bald Eagle. We had FKHC 2005. We had the wonderful Penny. Thank you for being here, dear. We had the outstanding Phantom Outsider. We had Taylor Swift, greater than Disney. We had the Ginger Menace. Thank you for being here. And then the amazing wrench teams. Starting with Sandra, my producer, the amazing my better half, the creator of Prince Dolphin. Very talented lady. My co-host, my second co-host, John Rendell. Thanks for hire. Thank you for being here. Dalek 451, exterminate. The first one in, the last one out. Legatus Legionai. Thank you for your great comments. Cerberus, legendary hellhound guarding the gates of Hades. Yes. Snorter Poopa says 1,000 angles can be bitten in one night by the running three-headed Chihuahua. Okay. We had the official hedgehog of King Dolphin TV and soon to be a guest, Pudgy Hedgehog. We had the amazing comic relief Crusader. And finally, last but not least, especially since he probably turned me into a toothpick, the baddest bear. Oh, and there's a Snoopy sighting. Still, Snoopy. Right there. Say goodbye, everybody. Say goodbye, Snoopy. Say goodnight. Say hi, Snoopy. He's just laying there, being Snoopy. Hail to the Snoop. Okay, and so the baddest bear on the internet. Snorter Pupas! Q bar. Dot scream. And don't forget, Prince Dolphin. Dot dive. Ooh, yeah, I like that one. Dot dive. Dot scream. All right, great show. Great show. And I'm going to say it. It's clobbering time. All right. John says, night, Snoopy. John Snoopy Snort says, Doggo. And then we've got Dot Scream. Pudgy says, yay. All right. Don't forget to do a King Dolphin raid on Pop Culture Breakdown. Make sure you say pod raid. And we will see you this Saturday evening for Just Cuz. You know what happens. Craziness, insanity, and the kitty table. So I hope everybody had a great time tonight. And stay safe, stay warm, and don't get buried in too much snow. And see you on Saturday. Let's see. They enjoy the warmth and the devil get mad, so he turns it up and they start barbecuing. He gets madder and turns off the furnace. Then hell starts to freeze. He goes in. The Canadians are celebrating. He asks why. He says it's snowing in hell. That means the Leafs won the cup. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a good night and see you Saturday.